Shortly, the academic procession will enter the graduation hall. When they've taken their positions on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be played, and we invite you to join in the singing of the national anthem. Would you please stand for the academic procession?
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I invite Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Warami Mitiga, everyone. Hello and Nalawa. Welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here this afternoon. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter, Bulgari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately to secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here this afternoon. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community. And you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here almost 250 years ago, he encountered a people whom he described as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. Now, these were not primitive societies, these were ancient cultures. There was no slavery, no armies, no rich and poor, no rents or mortgages, and no homelessness. Life was described as relaxed and leisurely. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, and then they were shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained with fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of the creeks here as they have done for the past 20,000 years. So this is not a dream or an ideal. This was normal life for us and for the longest time. And there is no reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people, and there is still much magic in the world, I believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, and we are naturally a happy and healthy people. I would ask that you share your gifts with the rest of us, practice kindness, and be fearless, and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident that we can create a country and a world that we can be proud of, and one that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. I just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you and welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Vice-Chancellor of Macquarie University, Professor S. Bruce Dowton, who is presiding today.
Well, thank you, Chris Tobin, for your wonderful welcome to country. It's always great to have you here to give such a welcome and an informative welcome as well. I thank you for being here again today with us. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduands, and most importantly, the graduands themselves. It is my distinct honour and pleasure to welcome you here today to this high ceremonial occasion of graduation. I bring you our greetings, the greetings of our Chancellor, the Honourable Michael Egan, who is unable to be here today. It is our hope that today would be a very happy day and a memorable occasion for each and every one of you. Now, I did see as I came in a number of small children. I think I spotted a babe in arms as well. And I want you to know, everyone, that children are very welcome at Macquarie University graduation ceremonies. Now, unless things have changed since I was a young boy, I don't think it'd be possible for a child to stay still or quiet for the length of a graduation ceremony, and I don't want them to. I'm a paediatrician by profession, so I'm used to the noises of children, and if the Chancellor were here, he is an eminent retired politician, and he assures our guests that he has heard far worse rancour in the Houses of Parliament than any child or number of children could possibly cause during a graduation ceremony. So children, kids, run around, make commotion, have as much fun as you'd like to. Graduations are meant to be a fun day and a real day of celebration, and I believe that all celebrations are better for having children present at them. Now, graduands, today is a milestone day. We celebrate the wonderful achievements of you all and those of you who are about to graduate. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you've all made many sacrifices along the way to get to this great day. You've all worked very hard to come to this point, and you should feel very proud of the accomplishment you have achieved. We also at the university share in that pride of all of your accomplishments, and I'll be very pleased later in the proceedings to personally congratulate each of you here today. I also want to specifically welcome the families and friends and supporters of our graduating class who are here as invited guests. The fact that you have all been invited here today is proof positive that you have had an important influence upon the lives of our graduands in reaching this milestone. So to our invited guests, congratulations to each and every one of you as well, and thank you for coming along to celebrate in this great occasion with us. Now, graduands, you may not realise, but you are about to participate in one of Europe's oldest social rituals. If you were to pick a date of, say, 1500 AD and look around and see what institutions existed back then that still exist today, you would find only about 60 such institutions. If you leave aside the Roman Catholic Church, the Parliaments of England, Iceland and the Isle of Man, and 6 Swiss cantons or local government areas, the rest are all universities. In fact, graduation ceremonies are even older than that. For more than 800 years in the European tradition, graduates have been donning gowns just like the ones that you are wearing today and participating in ceremonies just like the ceremony upon which we are about to embark. And since those earliest graduations, this ceremony has remained almost unchanged, a defining feature in the life of every university and its students. Now, we all realise that Macquarie University is not one of those ancient universities. In fact, we are just about 55, 56 years old. And though we are among the youngest universities in the world, we are very proud to take part today in this time-honoured tradition. We all know that youth, however, does have its advantages. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We enjoy an enviable reputation for world-leading research excellence, research engagement and impact. We are continually progressing by extending our research, our partnerships outside the university, our course offerings and our facilities. If you look around later or perhaps before, you will see there is an enormous construction site behind me, and that is just one of several on campus where we are improving our facilities. We have a proud tradition at this university of innovation and discovery, and our pioneering approach is built upon collaboration and the notion of a connected learning community. It's a very exciting time for Macquarie University amidst so much change as the vision for this remarkable campus and community continues to unfold. We now have over 190,000 graduates living in more than 140 countries around the world. It's very clear that we are a forward-looking university and we are on the move, and so are all of our graduands here today. Some of the things that we all value so much about Macquarie University, however, I believe will never change. Over the 7 years that I have had the great privilege of leading this university after I returned from the United States, I've had many visitors comment to me upon the friendliness and the inclusive nature of our welcome about our staff and our students. This is inherent to the culture of Macquarie University, and I hope and anticipate it will always be so. Graduands, remember you will always be very welcome back here at Macquarie University. We will always be a leader in teaching and learning, and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community where we have shared values, where we share a lot of things in common. We recognise and appreciate our distinctiveness, but we do care about each other, even when our points of view on various items might diverge. In other words, we are an ideal community of scholars. Ladies and gentlemen, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly our graduands, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this grand celebratory occasion. In just a few moments, it will be my very great honour to confer upon you the degrees which you have earned and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at today's ceremony, it is our pleasure to honour, in accordance with the resolution of the University's Governing Council, Mrs. Vicki Waters, for admission to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa of Macquarie University. I now call upon Professor Kevin Jameson, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, to please read the citation. Professor Jameson.
I invite Vicki Waters to stand for the citation. Vice-Chancellor. Vicki Waters is a globally respected independent school leader and speaker on technology, business and education. She has led a national discourse on the need for world-class education and opportunities for girls and was principal of Pimble's Ladies College from 2007 until June of this year. The school was voted one of the top 5 boarding schools in the world outside the United Kingdom and recognised as one of only 4 high-performing not-for-profit organisations in the Australian Company Growth Awards in 2014. Over the course of her career, Vicki has transformed school communities with rich, forward-facing and diverse curriculum, fostering curiosity and engagement. With her strategic, innovative approach and focus on developing high-performing executive teams, embracing the need for continual change, she has shifted emphasis from best practice to next practice. Under her stewardship, demand for science and technology subjects expanded, with student performance regularly acknowledged in the Sydney Morning Herald Top 10 in New South Wales. Today, as CEO of Educate Co, Vicki brings her strategic acumen to help forge the next generation of schools. She has served on university advisory boards and was an active member of the Faculty of Science and Engineering's Advisory Council at Macquarie University from 2015 to 2018. She also served on several committees of the Association of Independent Schools of New South Wales and recently as chair of its Centre of Excellence. Recognition of her influence and leadership includes New South Wales finalists in the Telstra Business Women of the Year 2013, New South Wales Business Leader of the Year by New South Wales Business Chamber in 2017, and finalist in the Principal of the Year Non-Government Schools Australian Education Awards in 2018. Vice-Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Vicki Waters for the award of Doctor of Science honoris causa in recognition of her outstanding contribution to education and as an exemplar for young women.
Mrs. Vicki Waters, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority delegated from the Council as Vice-Chancellor, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Dr. Waters to deliver the occasional address. Dr. Waters.
Thank you. Vice-Chancellor, Science and Engineering faculty members, distinguished guests, and most importantly, graduands, family and friends. It is a real pleasure to be here today and to accept the doctorate. But more importantly, it's a great opportunity to address you. I'll always remember my first trip to Florence, the art, the leather, the food, the music, but most of all, I remember my visit to the Basilica of Santa Croce. Here, in the 13th century church, lay the tombs of some of history's greatest people: Michelangelo, Galileo, Machiavelli, Marconi, and Rossini. I'll never forget the awe with which I wandered the art-adorned chapel. The corridors were just beautiful. And to a girl who grew up in a central Queensland country town, not even big enough to have its own high school, it was incomprehensible to me that one day I would stand in a room bestowed with the remains of such greatness. This Florentine visit began my fascination with the Renaissance, and it is with the Renaissance that I begin my journey with you today. Florence is regarded as the birthplace of the Renaissance, a century-long period that occurred 500 years ago, associated with unprecedented artistic, cultural, scientific, and intellectual flourishing. It marked the beginning of a period when Europe was able to catch up with and pass other civilizations on most measures of human progress, setting the stage for much of what happens today in the modern world. It is my contention that we're currently in the midst of a second Renaissance that commenced about 40 years ago. There are certainly parallels with today, and I'd like to suggest some of those that have left us with an important lesson. The first of those: both periods exhibited the breakdown of long-standing barriers based on ignorance and myth. The voyage of Columbus in 1492, for example, destroyed the previous beliefs in relation to the geography of our planet and was a catalyst that opened up the world. Similarly, more recently, the dismantling of the Berlin Wall in 1989 marked a physical and ideological breakthrough with global repercussions. The second, startling scientific discoveries were made during both periods. During the first Renaissance, empiricism began to take hold of scientific thought, where experience, experimentation, and observation challenged the religious teachings that had traditionally been accepted to explain the natural world. In the 1530s, Copernicus proposed his theory of a heliocentric solar system, a proposal that was later supported by, you all know it, Galileo, with his improved telescopes. Huge advances were made in the understanding of human anatomy, much of it arising from the surprising source of artists who dissected bodies to better understand the human form. Today, scientific advancement is unsurpassed. Medical science marches towards increasing lifespan, fertility, and intelligence. 3D printing has entered the realm of organ replacement. Autonomous machines, artificial intelligence, and nanotechnology are transforming our world. Our probing of the skies knows no bounds, with extraterrestrial discoveries seemingly occurring daily. Thirdly, communication modes underwent a quantum shift during both periods. The invention of the printing press by Gutenberg in 1455 marked the beginning of the first information age. It changed the world. Our modern parallel with the printing press, of course, is the internet. Never in the history of mankind has so much information been instantly available to so many. Interconnectedness is now near universal for the whole of the human population. At this point on our journey then, we're in a blue sky territory with both Renaissance. Each has brought unprecedented growth, enlightenment, and development to its world. Unfortunately, however, the first Renaissance had a sinister underbelly that eroded many of its benefits. The rampant rate of change produced many unintended negative health, economic and social changes. However, it was the social unrest caused by fear and uncertainty associated with the rampant change that is the most significant downside with the first Renaissance. An environment was created which allowed dissenters to exploit the print media to muster mass movements that caused immense turmoil. In Florence, Girolamo Savonarola incited an excluded minority to destroy the revered Medici family, which had ruled the city for decades. Later, Martin Luther King used pamphlets to disseminate a hostile message against the Catholic Church. The resultant Protestant Reformation split the Church and triggered a century of religious wars and resultant refugee crisis. It's interesting to see Golden and Kutana in their book called Age of Discovery describe Savonarola in the following fashion. They said, "He's a political outsider whose angry words have come to dominate public discourse. He's a gifted orator whose power to sway a crowd has been amplified by new media. He's a doomsayer who promises to banish the fear and anger that he himself has stoked in his audiences, and who cares little for rational argument because his opinions tap a deeper truth." Does he remind you of anyone? It was Machiavelli who wrote in 1517 that to foresee the future, we must consult the past. There is no doubt that what we see in the world at the moment, with Brexit, Trump, refugee crises, climate, scepticism and protectionism, that all of the warning signs are there, that we too face the prospect of an underside to our Renaissance. However, with its global nature, our Renaissance is on steroids compared with the first, and if we get it wrong, the complete destruction of our planet could well be our fate. Graduands, working in the fields of science, mathematics and engineering, you have a role to play. You have a role to play in saving our future. May I suggest just 4 actions that you could consider? Firstly, think holistically and focus on the big picture. Think beyond binary, where reality is reduced to 2 alternatives, that is, true, false, right, wrong, black, white, for, against, government, opposition, because the answer generally lies elsewhere. Don't be afraid to stand out from the crowd. Embrace the discomfort of rejecting myths. Have the courage to welcome new thinking and embrace diversity. Remain true to your values. Let them be your moral and ethical compass. And finally, pursue your passions. Be prepared to travel to discover your own Florence. In conclusion, I'd like to borrow from Dickens with a little adjustment. It is the best of times. It could be the worst of times, but that is up to us. Graduands, congratulations and best wishes for the opportunities and the many careers that lay before you. Make it a Renaissance that allows our society to flourish. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen and graduands, there we have an occasional address for a graduation in the finest traditions, I believe, of such addresses. Thoughtful, researched, reasoned and beautifully delivered. And right at the end there, graduates, important advice for you. And I would urge you, if ever along your journey in life you wonder and are looking for some words of wisdom, come back to today on YouTube and find the recording of this graduation. They're stored there forever. We're being simulcast around the world to dozens of countries. And go back and find Dr. Waters' speech and think about those 4 important pieces of advice there, focusing on the big picture. Don't be afraid to stand out from the crowd and stand your ground. Stay true to your values and pursue your own passions. If you think about those 4 things, 4 very simple things to remember, your lives, I believe, will be filled with extraordinary success. I think Dr. Waters deserves another great round of applause. Thank you. As Vice-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to this part of graduation ceremonies when we confer the degrees upon those who have complied with the university's requirements for such awards. Now, if the Chancellor, Mr. Egan, were here, he would want an ironclad guarantee from the Registrar that you've all met all of those requirements, that none of you have ever missed a class, never been late handing an assignment in. So I'm going to call upon the Registrar, Ms. Gail White, to formally certify your eligibility for all the degrees and you've met all the requirements for those awards. Registrar.
Vice-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
Yes, that's you. That's you, yes. In the name of the Macquarie University and Council and by my authority delegated from the Governing Council as Vice-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Vice-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Science and Engineering. I call on Professor Bernard Mons, Interim Executive Dean of the Faculty of Science and Engineering, to present the graduates. Professor Mons.
Vice-Chancellor, the Faculty of Science and Engineering teaches programs across the full breadth of the science and engineering. While there are many challenges facing the world, there are endless possibilities to problem solve, think creatively and change society for the better. From finding new ways to feed 10 billion people to fighting cybercrime and keeping our data safe, our researchers at Macquarie University are using innovative techniques to tackle global challenges. The faculty is committed to excellence in our teaching, research, innovation and engagement in science and engineering. We conduct research that has a significant impact on scientific knowledge and on the well-being and prosperity of individuals and societies. We provide an enriched student learning experience through scholarship and engagement to enhance employability. We have close links with industry and are building firm future partnership, especially with companies located nearby in Macquarie Park. Australia needs more STEM graduates who have the skills to make real change and shape a collective future. So today is an important day where we celebrate our most recent STEM graduates. This ceremony includes graduates from the discipline of computing, engineering, mathematics, and statistics. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Macquarie Business School whom have admitted to degree. I present the graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Mechanical Engineering with Bachelor of Commerce, Ryan Ludowicke. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours First Class with a Bachelor of Commerce, Timothy Becker. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours with a Bachelor of Commerce, Jordan Lam. Alexandra Wainwright. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours First Class with a Bachelor of Science, John Sniderzik. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours with a Bachelor of Science, Anthony Del Vecchio. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Software Engineering, Bradley Healy. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering Honours in Telecommunication Engineering, Ryan Farrell. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours First Class, Thomas Barber. Joel Berta. Johnny Cho. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering with Honours, Liesel Brock. Austin Sean. Blaine Cuneo. Nassim Jukador. Leon Milne. Jared O'Brien. Jyoti Pradip. Kevin Rope. Alec Schufele. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with a Bachelor of Science, Ryan Belcastro. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Advanced Science, Hugh Entwistle. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, William Smith. Benjamin Vorster. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of E-Business, George Kalamvokis. Lisa Ong. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Peter Dang. Narek Demirian. Reza Homenjad. Mir Mohammed Rahitul Islam.
Thank you.
Andrew Jones. James Kakaletsis. Muhammad Tahimur Masood. Humaya Rahman. Nata Watana Parada. Thomas Yuhan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology, Bashir Haltai. Shavira Holshin. Kunal Apkar. Joshua Berry. Alexander Chan. Sanshi Chaudhry. Sheila Dadlani. Ange Dave. James Dodd. Nazir Eshak. Muhammad Umar Farouk. Boshu Fu. Abtin Ghaffarian Shirazi. James Godard. Zachary Hope. Paul Osak. Nathan Wesson. Victoria Jakubowski. Shitaz Karim. Jonathan Cook. David Leota. Ming Yuan Lee. Andre Lim. Angsen Lin. David Leo. Kyle Long. Tony Liu. Joshua Lutze. Umar Malik. William Ngao. Jason V. Nguyen. Johnny Nguyen. Tung Nguyen. Christian Owen. Jashandip Pada. Ronald Peck. Raymond Prathetia. Redian Rahman. Niloufar Rezianzadeh. Rebecca Rose. Humang Anil Kumar Sneh. Connor Staggs. Kwok Kun Tam. Man Kin Tom. Yes. Lakshit Taneja. Shen Yu Tang. Bradley Thurlow. Yaching Wang. James Warner. Rachel Widiono. Isaac Winkler. Jeffrey Wu. Michael Young. Stanley Yu. Zhongjie Zhang. Jiawei Zhu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology, Games Design and Development. Daniel Chin. David Chin. Emily Cochran. Chi Ching Wen. Emmanuel Carney. Darcy Knight. William Rose. Christian Sharp. Christopher Simons. Benjamin Teller. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science. Bradley Forster. Luke Furlong. Sir Young Gao. Yat Fong Hue. Barton Ip. Matt Mesite. Liam Pearson. Vishal Rao. Michael Thoretta. Terence Sproul. Emma Walker. Joan Yu Wong. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Statistics, Meisa Daer. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Biostatistics, Alexander Shaw. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Engineering, Ashwin Acharya. Temitope Imoleyayo Akindele. Meti Monde Akpan. Mohamed Abdul Aziz. Tayyab Ali Baba. Arnoba Chakraborty. Bhavik Shande. Shankar Gautam. Syed Esham Waki. Shahabuddin Kavdivi Zand. Yutiza Yamin Khan. Santosh Koirola. Kazi Abdullah Ibn Masood. Shardan Patak. Rajesh Kumar Paidal. Aaron Akshay Premier. Rohit Surrender Reddy. Ali Yeganemaj.
Hello, son.
Shafqat Zaman. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology. Mehraj Hamed. Zayed Ahmed. Ayomikun Modupe Amore. Priyanka Bajaj. Ananta Satish Bharadwaj. Dimitro Bendarenko. Devdata Ajay Shapheka. Saga Uday Dab. Divya. Viraj Gajendra Kumar Duga. Intiza Hassan. Patrick Don Hernandez. Kwang Yu Wang. Edayinka Ulimide Ibrahim. Uchechi Cynthia Ihebong. Salha Ifan. Sumia Mahmood. Dwanil Paresh Kumar Patel. Abhishek J.K. Patil. Shoshank Dilip Salunke. Jenica Melissa Salvador. Aravin Salvaram. Awad Nasa Sheikh. Madhunisha Shyam Sundar. Christian Jahayadi. I present the diploma awarded to the Graduate Diploma of Applied Statistics, Emma Kotze. Vice-Chancellor, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which a defining characteristic is research. A Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework and postgraduate research training. Graduates have focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation to a doctoral degree. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Research with distinction. Nan Wu for a thesis entitled Privacy Preserving Distributed Data Processing and Game Theoretic Methods for Data Utility and Privacy Trade-off. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Hayden Hibbert. Daniel Onoja for a thesis entitled Trust-Based Management Scheme for Wireless Sensor Network. Asina Raman for a thesis entitled Characterization and Detection of Third-Party Content Loading in the Web. Nicholas Reynolds for a thesis entitled An Empirical Investigation of Privacy via Obfuscation in Social Network. Jeffrey Smith for a thesis entitled Functional Graph of Polynomial and their Twist over Finite Fields. Andre Villanova de Arrojo Aquino for a thesis entitled Aeroelasticity for a Generic Wing in Ground Effect. Chris Young for a thesis entitled The Mel Frequency Cepstrum Coefficient for Music Emotion Recognition in Machine Learning. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. Vice-Chancellor, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Amara Atif, for a thesis entitled Early Alert System Using Learning Analytics to Determine and Improve Student Engagement and Academic Success in a Unit, Student and Teacher Perspectives. Dr. Grace Chern, who studied under a co-tutel joint PhD agreement with Universität Hamburg, Germany, for a thesis entitled Synthesizing Multi-Level Perspective and Multi-Criteria Analysis, Comparing Energy System Transition in Australia and Germany. Dr. Andrew Grant for a thesis entitled Parametric Methods for Time Series Discriminations. Dr. Yuba Raj Kafur for a thesis entitled Modulation and Control of Power Converters in Solid-State Transformers. Dr. Daniel Lin for a thesis entitled Restriction Pre-Shaves and Restriction Co-Limits. Dr. Sasha Marich for a thesis entitled The Development of Novel Physical Layer Security Algorithm to Mitigate Cognitive Radio Attacks. Dr. Audrey Markowski awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for a thesis entitled Two-Dimensional Diffraction by Structure with Corners. Dr. Piers Rickson for a thesis entitled Quantifying Secondary Spectrum and Optimal Timescale in Mobile Wireless Communications. Dr. Mohammed Shazamal for a thesis entitled Diffusion on Dynamic Contact Networks with Indirect Transmission Links. Dr. Charles Walker for a thesis entitled Structure in Two-Dimensional Category Theory and Application to Polynomial Functors. Vice Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation for the graduates from the Faculty of Science and Engineering.
Vice-Chancellor, I call on Ms. Nan Wu, who was graduated today with a Master of Research, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Ms. Wu.
Vice-Chancellor, members of Macquarie University, fellow graduates, families, and friends, it's a great honor for me to speak on behalf of the graduates from Faculty of Science and Engineering on this special day. Let me begin by thanking my supervisors for their generous and priceless supporting during my entire master program. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to my colleagues in cybersecurity help and to all the staff at Macquarie University for providing such a friendly learning and researching environment. I would like to thank my parents for their unconditional love and help. Today belongs not only to us, but also to our family and friends, for we are forever indebted to their continuous support and encouragement. Fellow graduates, congratulations! We all have invested a great deal of time and effort in studying and researching and have traveled a long, remarkable journey to reach this moment. In my program, I have been studying cybersecurity. Basically, it is how to keep your data secure against malicious attackers. I'm now going to tell you how important data security and privacy are. Everyone knows that. Instead, I want to share some reflections with you that occurs to me during my study. At the beginning of my program, I have no idea where to start. How does someone design cybersecurity protections? So I went to ask my supervisor. Believe me or not, but he said, "Be the bad guy and tell me how would you crack the security?" Well, I was totally confused. Aren't we supposed to be the good guys? Not until I have read a bunch of papers did I realize what my supervisor was trying to say. If we want to provide better security protections, we need to think from the attacker's perspective, to understand them, to predict their next move, and then to develop smarter, targeted protecting strategies. Think from the attacker's perspective, and it will be easier to defeat them. Put ourselves in others' shoes to know them better, and we will be more likely to achieve our goals. Fellow graduates, in future, we may be in various job positions as scientists and engineers, and we may not always have to face a human or computer program attacker. But trust me, our career will keep attacking us, and it keeps throwing down new challenges to us, and we will need to be prepared by understanding its attacking strategies, understanding what it really requests. Of course, it's not always about pursuit and confrontation. Suppose you want to work with someone or to help some people in trouble. It's important to empathize with them to see what the true difficulties are and then what are the possible solutions. Always think from others' perspective. Final words to my fellow graduates, we made it. I wish all the best for your future. Enjoy celebrating today with those who help you make this day a reality. Thank you.
Well, Nan, thank you very much for a wonderful graduation response address today, and congratulations on your degree. Thoughts about gratitude, very important there for all our graduands, and particularly acknowledging the support of family and other supporters. Your work is clearly very important, and all of those of you working in many of the scientific fields, but I'm particularly drawn towards one thing you said there, Nan, because it certainly is true for me too when you said at the outset of your master's degree, I'm confused. Well, I'm confused about data security too, I can tell you. And you may not realise, ladies and gentlemen, but data security for a university as large and complex as this is a major, major issue. You might be surprised to know that we have not just 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 or 50 or 100, but thousands of data security attacks happening every week and every month on the systems of this university, as is true for most large organisations. So we need wonderful graduates like these with all the skills about data security, and society needs all of the skills that all of our graduates have acquired. I think Nan deserves another great round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen and graduates, that wonderful operatic voice belongs to Ms. Angela Brewer, who is also the CEO and Artistic Director of Coast Opera Australia. Now, graduates, you're very lucky that Angela was here to sing for you for graduation today. She comes to most graduations, and I can tell you that if the Chancellor were present and Angela's not able to be here, the Chancellor actually sings, and I've heard him do that. And you're very lucky today because the Chancellor tells me if she doesn't come on a day I'm presiding, I have to sing, and that would be very bad. I think she deserves another great round of applause. Please join me also in thanking our wonderful musicians on the organ, Dr. James Forsyth. And on the trumpet, Ms. Melanie McLaughlin. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank representatives from our alumni community who've come along today to help you celebrate this occasion and makes things go smoothly on my right and on my left. Thank you. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship to Macquarie University, but it is certainly not the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you are now part of that larger Macquarie University family. As I mentioned earlier, our alumni network is now over 190,000 graduates spanning 140 countries all around the globe. This is the beginning of the rest of your lives, but in some ways, it is just the start as well. We will look forward to seeing you back on campus, to attend alumni events, to undertake further study perhaps, or simply to visit the beautiful Macquarie University campus and think back on the terrific times you spent here as a Macquarie University student. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities, but it also brings with it, like all privileges, it carries responsibilities. I urge you to commit yourselves to a lifelong journey of learning and inquiry. I urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. I urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you this far. And remember, you don't have to be Einstein to change the world. At Macquarie University, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. I urge you to always give thought to what you can do for others along the way. As I said, you don't have to be Einstein. You don't have to do sometimes much to make a very great difference in another person's life. Sometimes just a kind gesture or a kind word can mean so very much to a fellow traveller. I challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet along life's journey. My hope is that, as Macquarie University graduates, you will use what you have learned not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of your community as well. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Now, it's also my hope that you will always remember the people who have helped you out along the way, many of whom are here with us celebrating. So to acknowledge their contribution and to thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things for me, graduates. First of all, I'd like all of our new graduates to please stand up. Now, I'd like you to place your testimonials on your seats behind you and turn around and face your family and friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause and thanks. Now you might turn around, but don't sit down just yet. Here on the dais are representatives of our academic staff who have supported you throughout your journey. Please join me in thanking them as well. Graduates, please remain standing, but do turn around and pick up your testimonials from the seat behind you, since the official party will soon leave the courtyard, followed by the graduates. As we do, Dr. Forsyth will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, which has been played at ceremonies just like this over centuries. This music, to an age-old set of Latin lyrics, begins as Gaudeamus igitur, dum sumus juvenes. In translation, that song starts out, therefore let us rejoice, for we will always be young. This song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the very same time, at the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of state and of city and of happiness. Again, to our newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wish for your futures to be filled with success, satisfaction, and most importantly, in my view, happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly I will lead the official party out, to be followed by the graduates. I then invite you all to follow the graduates down through the campus to the marquee for light refreshments. In closing today's wonderful celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudeamus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.